Hi guys, I'm Susil from Networkers Home Technical Team, and today's topic is DNAC integration with Cisco ISE and migration. So let's get started. Before doing an integration between ISE and DNAC, you have to understand prerequisites between them. So prerequisites are version compatibility between ISE and DNAC, SSH should be enabled on ISE, and user credentials for CLI and GUI should be same on Cisco ISE with super admin rights, and PX grid service should be enabled, and ERS settings should be enabled with the read and write features on your Cisco ISE. Now let's see our lab. In lab, these are the IP addresses. So subnet is 150.1.7.0 and IP address is 115 for DNAC and 111 for ISE, and domain name we have ice2.cisco.com and here dnac.cisco.com. So before doing an integration between ISE and DNAC, you have to check reachability between them. If they are reachable, then only integration will be possible. So let's jump into our lab. First of all, I'll take SSH access on my ISE 150.1.7.111 SSH access, login with username admin, password cisco0123, and here I'll check a reachability with a DNAC. So I'll say ping 150.1.7.115 should be reachable. Yes, it's a reachable. Good to go with integration process. So first of all, we'll go to DNAC. Sorry, we'll go to ISE, and here we'll go to administration deployment, and under the deployment, we'll enable service PX grid. This will be disabled by default, so you have to enable it in this way. Now you have to go to settings. In setting, you have to go to ERS setting. You have to enable ERS settings over here. So click on save. Now you have to go to administration, network resources, go to network devices and add your Cisco DNAC. So DNAC IP is 150.1.7.115. We'll choose radius protocol with key as a Cisco and check it. Now click on submit. Now we'll go to DNAC, and inside the DNAC settings, go to system settings, and here we have setting option and we get authentication and policy servers. Click on add. Give an IP address of your ISE 150.1.7.111, and here you have to give a key that we used in our Cisco ISE. So here we had used a key Cisco, so I'll use key Cisco here. Now additional details you have to give of ISE. So username is admin, password is cisco0123, fully qualified domain is ice2.cisco.com, and here subscriber name you can give anything like DNAC I'm giving, and click on apply. Now here integration process has started over here. So you have to keep patience. You have to check whether your integration has been done or not. It takes a little bit time here. So you have to keep checking. Now, till this gets, moving around and round, you have to wait. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll pause the video until this process gets completed. It takes a little bit time, guys. If we don't pause, then also it's fine. So basically, it will check a reachability with your Cisco DNAC, Cisco ISE, and it will try to authenticate based on the parameters that I have given. So once it is authenticated, your integration, half of the integration process will be done. So let's see, let it complete. So after integration, status should be active. So meanwhile, we can jump into Cisco ISE. In a Cisco ISE, you can see we have PX grid services over here, right? Inside the PX grid service, you can see PX grid should be connected, and here the DNAC approval will be, shown on a Cisco ISE. So once this is added, after that we'll see Cisco DNAC request for approval on the Cisco ISE. So on our DNAC, right now I don't see the task done. So it's in a progress right now. Let it complete. Now you can see it's in a progress over here. And you can click on refresh to check the status over here. Okay. So it is still in a progress. Click on refresh. And meanwhile, you can check on Cisco ISE as well. If you refresh here under the PX grid, Cisco DNAC will reflect here. But here the status should be active. So give some time and click on refresh. And here it shows active now. Now, once the status comes as a active, now we can go to Cisco ISE and click on refresh. And here DNAC should be reflected. On both the sides, approval should be there. Status should be up. So click on refresh on both the sides, on DNAC part also, and ISE part as well. It happens like multiple times you might need to do refresh. So click on refresh here. Come back to Cisco ISE, refresh. So you have to repeat this process. Sometimes, it might take some time. So click on this option and then say refresh. Click on refresh here. And if you keep refreshing here, then you can see on the other hand, on the ISE, now you can see DNAC appearing here. So you can see here the approval is pending. So click here and click on approve. And once the approval is done, you can see the details over here. Right. Now integration part is done. Now we have to see migration part. So now let's click on policy. And when you click on the policy here, you see it tells you to complete the migration part. So I'll click on migration, start migration, and say yes. And this process will take a little time. So you can see migration is in progress. So let this complete. Once your migration is done, after that, when you configure any policies through the DNAC and when you try to push it to ISE, this will be done. So as we can see, here migration has been completed. Now hereafter, if you go for creating a policy and all, right? So you can create a policy through DNAC. Now you can push it to ISE. So guys, this was our complete lab for ISE integration and migration. I'll see you guys in the next video wherein we'll see how to deploy policy or micro-segmentation. Thanks.